because this one is gonna be fun. I expect this game to be in the 80s by the time this one finishes.
Tennessee State, 12-7, 6-3 in the conference. Lindenwood, 12-8, 6-3 in the conference. Nenadich will jump for it for Lindenwood against number 0, Jalen Petrie for Tennessee State. Lindenwood wins the tip, and we're underway. Jadis Jones immediately to the hoop. Too strong, long rebound out to Dontrez Williams, who knifes into the lane, threw it into the corner where nobody was home, and a turnover.
You can already see Lindenwood. I mean, they're trying to go fast in that possession. A quick ball screen from Jadis Jones, trying to get him going early in the lane, but then Milos Nenadic, he may not get a lot of offensive rebounds, but he'll tip it out to teammates. And I mean, Dontrez, him and Aeneas just not on the same page. So Tennessee State a little lucked out, but you can see Lindenwood's trying to use the shot clock early and get to the rim.
We'll set the floor for you now with the starting five. It's Petrie, Harper, Harris, Lorick, and Nkrumah for Tennessee State. Lindenwood counters with Coopers, Williams, Nenadic, Futrell, and Jadis Jones. Opposite block down low. Petrie lays it in, and Tennessee State has the first points of the afternoon.
Fantastic pass from Dante Harris. Nenadic came over a little bit on the help, and then that little window. Harris able to find Petrie for the layup.
Dontrez in front of the TSU bench. Milos goes to work in the post. Lost it on his way up. Tennessee State back the other way. On the run, the lob, and the lay-in. You'll see a lot of that this afternoon.
And you can see Tennessee State wanting to go fast. That little turnover, and then they're just going the other way, and it's happened yet again.
And another takeaway for the Tigers as they get into transition once more. Whistle, basket, foul. Travis Harper, a quick start, already 4 in the game.
And not only is Tennessee State great at getting steals, you can see 3 turnovers already forced. They don't turn the ball over themselves. Here in conference play, under 10 turnovers a game, which leads the conference. And they also lead the conference overall with 10 steals per contest, and already 3 in the first minute 20.
Yeah, that's perhaps one of the most impressive things about these two up-tempo teams, Truman, is you think, hey, you're going to go fast. You may make some mistakes. Well, these are 2 of the top 4 teams in turnover margin in the OVC as well. But Tennessee State forcing some mistakes of the Lions early.
And unfortunately for Lindenwood, they're averaging 14 turnovers per game in OVC play, which is actually bottom of the conference.
Williams with the big hit from 3. Lindenwood has been able to knock the lid off. About 2 minutes gone in this opening half. Nkrumah picked up all the way out at midcourt by Dontrez Williams. And he'll angle baseline. Floater no good. Lindenwood a chance to go in transition. Futrell stops from beyond the arc, no good. Harper the board.
That's what you got to do if you're Tennessee State. If Lindenwood's going to shoot it in transition, you got to crash the boards hard. Don't allow them to get extra opportunities off quick shots.
Harper turned it over. Now Lindenwood into the front court with Jadis Jones through the contact and the whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
It's hard to go pound for pound with Jadis Jones, especially when he's a full head of steam like that. You know, he's a big guy. He'll play in the post, but he's got great guard skills to go in transition like that. I like it going right at the contact of Lorick III and then getting fouled, now head to the line.
Jadis Jones has been excellent for Lindenwood in his sophomore season. First trip to the charity stripe today, and he makes the first. Jadis is tied for the team lead in scoring with Aeneas Futrell, both averaging a little more than 16 points per game. He struggles a little bit at the free throw line, just 63%. Lindenwood 67% as a ball club, but a clean trip for Jadis that time.
That's what you got to do if you're Lindenwood. They did a great job Thursday, Zach, against Tennessee Tech. Even though it was a blowout, they shot well above 80% from the free throw line, which has been a struggle for this team this season.
Dante Harris up top with it. Grad senior guard, transfer from Memphis. Lorick III. Oh, and he got it to go! Just forced that one in. And he'll shoot the free throw.
I mean, great body control there from Lorick going against Jadis Jones, but he hits the lane hard. He's a little bit out of control, gets that bump, and then Nenadic slides over, but he has the control and the awareness to just lay it off the glass. Great take from Lorick. and he finishes off that three-point play.
Good start for Tennessee State. 10 points in the opening 3 minutes on 4 of 5 shooting. Williams holds it. A lot of action away from the basketball. Now Futrell up on the logo. Nenadic sets the screen. Gets it on the left elbow. One dribble and up, and he rattles it in.
That's a great job going against Travis Harper. Nenadic doesn't allow him to get in front. He keeps him to his hip, just goes right at the rim, Zach.
Downhill, now making the play defensively is Nenadic. In there to grab it for the Lions is Futrell, but not before the tie ball. It'll stay at this end.
So we got to have active hands, especially teams going fast. Got to have those active hands in the lane. And when Lindenwood has struggled at points this season, Zach, they've been struggling with the dribble drives. And so you like Nenadic, a big man, able to get his hands down there and just knock it away.
Harris flips out for Jalen Petrie. Petrie puts it on the deck, wants to pass out of it. Dante Harris. Fade away, mid-range jumper, and he swirls it down.
Now 5 of 6 is Tennessee State. These are the top 2 field goal shooting teams in the conference, Zach. So not only the top 2 scoring, they're the most efficient top 2 in field goal percentage in Ohio Valley play.
Jones drops it for Nenadic, who finishes the play. A nice feed down inside by Jadis Jones.
And Nenadic has had 2 of his last 3 games. He scored 12 points, and that's been nice to see after he had very, very good games when Jadis Jones was out with injury on the New Year against Morehead State and Southern Indiana, over 20 in both those games. Struggled the next couple, but now 12 in his 2 of his last 3.
Yeah, and I think you and I agree, as Tennessee State's able to answer back, that Nenadic's a little bit of an unsung hero, a forgotten piece of this Lindenwood offense, as Futrell, with a little bit of space, just rises. His defender had fallen down, but he couldn't get it to fall.
I think it's a good no call. Again, both teams are trying to go fast.
Get the call this time.
Looks like kicked ball, I think.
Yeah, kick ball violation indeed, so no foul on Dontrez Williams. It will, however, bring us to our under-16 timeout. 14-9 our score. Tennessee State has opened up a 5-point lead against the homestanding Lions on ESPN+.
We measure longevity in years. But life, it's measured in moments. Add more life to your years. Whoop.
Look at this guy.
Yo. Sick car, man. Hey, what's going on, bro?
Charge my phone. Ooh. Hey, can I get the password to Wi-Fi?
Yo, let's change the music.
Bose? Dang. I got something in my teeth. Oh.
Loaded with features for everyone.
Nice, man.
How it should be. The Hyundai Elantra. Lease a Hyundai Elantra for $199 a month, or get 3.99% APR or $500 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Jeff, you good?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Listen up. Jeff has a sore back, and it's the Rec League semifinal. Let's get our man back in the game. We got the ice, and we got the hot.
Well, Tennessee State head coach Nolan Smith made a change midway through this season to bring Antoine Lorick III off a bench role. Now he's been in the starting lineup. Truman, what a difference has it made?
Yeah, last year he appeared in 32 games, just made 1 start. Off the bench the first 9 games this season. Solid, 6 points per game, and just 1 double-digit scoring outing. But then since then, making his 10th consecutive start today, he's averaging over 10 points and has had 6 double-digit scoring outings. So the production from Lorick, this was a button that Coach Nolan Smith pressed, and it has worked out great for these Tigers.
Well, Nolan Smith knows a little something about basketball. National champion, one of the most decorated guards in Duke basketball history from 2007 to 2011.
2011 ACC Player of the Year as well.
Lorick already with that three-point play early. And Jadis Jones making the play defensively for Lindenwood.
Just see his athleticism, even a lob. Jones is able to get up there, tip it to himself. You got to be secure with the hands.
Cooper will fire from the top of the key, and he drills it.
That's a much needed sight. Zach Cooper just shooting 26% from three, and he's a guy that they were hoping that with so much attention to Aeneas Futrell that Cooper could knock down some shots. Hasn't gotten to go, but now a couple games in a row he's starting to feel a shot from beyond the arc.
And if he can figure it out from beyond the arc, it gives Lindenwood another answer outside to prevent teams from packing the paint against them. Bounce off the Lions.
And that's a great point to make, Zach, because right now it is just kind of Futrell from the outside, so teams are kind of be able to condense the paint. And Clayton Jackson's shot hasn't been able to fall. He's on the floor right now, number 34 in white, but if him and Cooper could help relieve Futrell of some of this pressure on him to shoot the basketball and shoot it well, these Lions team could be very scary come the long run.
Offensive foul called on Jalen Petrie. Yeah, you know, I think that the Lindenwood Lions coaching staff feels they've got the players on the roster that can hit from outside. The shots just haven't been falling consistently enough for them, with the exception of Aeneas. Futrell, speaking of which, in the corner, left wide open. No good that time.
He's had two open looks. That was a great back screen play. Hadn't gotten either of the two to fall, but I like them getting him open looks to start. There have been some games where his first couple of looks have been contested shots, and that can get in the mind of a shooter, but if you're getting open looks, even if you miss, I feel like it still gives a shooter some confidence.
Cooper got his hand on the basketball. Petrie off the inbound, goes to work against Futrell. Help defense comes, but it's too late. Jalen Petrie, the junior forward from Long Beach, California.
You can just see the pace that
lightning fast.
I mean, Lindenwood is up to this pace. There have really felt like there have been a few times this season where a team Lindenwood has faced plays at the same pace. It always feels like the other team is trying to slow Lindenwood's pace, but today, again, it feels like a track meet kind of game that it's just going to be run, 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 and that's why you got to stay in control. I mean, that was a quick outlet pass down the floor right to Jones and right at the rim and already getting fouled.
So he'll head to the line for two more. His second trip today, the southpaw now 3 for 3 at the line.
He's coming off one of the most well-rounded games of his season, Zach. He had 15 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals on a very efficient 7 of 10 shooting Thursday in that big win over the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles.
Couple subs here for each side. Petrie will get a rest for Tennessee State. For Lindenwood, Robert Lewis, the transfer from Arkansas Pine Bluff, comes into the game for the first time today.
And you want to talk about another similarity, Zach? These teams, they have very similar benches. It's pretty much a 7, maybe 8-man rotation for both of these sides.
Harper, left wing 3, off the mark, kept alive by Nkrumah. Oh, back to half court. Nearly a takeaway for Cooper.
Dangerous pass from Nkrumah, but he got the offensive board, gives Tennessee State second life.
Harris tried to force it into the lane. Lindenwood takes it away, and now eyes up. Aeneas Futrell will opt to play it slower. Nothing they do is slow, but that was about as slow as they'll bring it up the court, and then nearly turning it over.
And I give credit to Aaron Nkrumah. He kind of stepped over and just halted Aeneas' attempt to push it down court. And that allowed his Tennessee State teammates to get back and man up against Lindenwood.
Cooper around a pair of screens. Robert Lewis takes it himself against Johns. Turnaround jumper, good. If he can get to his spot, he has the length, even with a hand in his face, to knock those down.
And that shot is much appreciated to see, I'm sure, from the Lindenwood coaching staff, because Lewis had just 1 field goal attempt his last 3 games. So now he's 1 for 1 today, and it just getting him more confidence, just another scoring threat on the floor.
Cooper takes it away. Lindenwood into the front court with numbers. Futrell does it himself, and he's rejected. Pinned against the glass by Nkrumah. The Lions get it back. Jones the floater, 2 points all the same.
I mean, athleticism all around. Nkrumah way back there, big long strides, and he gets up there and is able to get it before it hits the glass or is on its way down. And then Jadis Jones, the great find. He was slow up the court because he thought it was going to be an easy layup. Slow up the court, they get it to him, and then the body control from him to go downhill, stop on a dime, hit a little floater in the lane.
First lead of the game for Lindenwood. Harris around a screen, trying to beat Jackson into the painted area, off the window and in.
Seeing some great guard play. Dante Harris, he keeps Jackson on his hip. He drives the lane, keeps him on his hip, keeps the basketball away from Jackson. If he brings that in, Jackson able to poke it away and at least diminish the drive, but he keeps it away from him high off the glass for the layup.
Jones able to find some space inside again. Credit Cooper with the feed.
And this is something, Zach, question asked head coach Kyle Gerdeman in the presser Thursday against UT Martin last Saturday. Jadis Jones just 5 field goal attempts, and it felt like UT Martin did a great job of recognizing him. And so far today, they're getting the ball to him, getting him touches, and he's capitalizing on those touches.
Harper felt like he was fouled, didn't get the call. Lindenwood charging ahead in transition. Jones, three-pointer, no good. He doesn't shoot from outside all that often, but when you're that wide open, you've got to take it.
That was just his 3rd three-point attempt, but unfortunately couldn't connect on that one.
So Lindenwood leading by 2, 11:50 to play, opening half. You're watching Ohio Valley Conference basketball on ESPN+.
Every day, CenterPoint Energy is hard at work ensuring the safe and reliable delivery of natural gas. From routine maintenance to the replacement of natural gas pipelines, it's what we do to keep the community safe. But it's more than just a job. It's about neighbors helping neighbors, because we're also proud members of the communities we serve. So next time you see one of our crews at work, be a good neighbor and steer clear, and we'll all come home safe and sound. Here's to our community's safe and smart energy future.
Banking today is intertwined with the lives of our customers. Having quick access to your money makes life so much easier. Use the mobile banking app to deposit checks, pay bills, pay people, transfer funds, check account balances, and so much more. All from the comfort of your home, work, or on the go. If you ever need help, just stop in your nearest German-American bank office or call us for customer service excellence. This is technology backed by people. German-American Bank, member FDIC.
In Kentucky, we're moving forward together. Our businesses are winning, and our families are thriving. Because Kentucky is a place where business is fast, but the pace of life is just right. Now, we're looking at a new Kentucky. One where good jobs and a good life are possible for everyone. Y'all interested? We don't blame you. So come explore your new Kentucky home.
Take a look at our series history presented by Amcor Global Packaging. Amcor is now hiring near you. Visit amcor.com for career opportunities. Well, Truman, it is not your grandfather's Tigers and Lions. It's a little different this year.
Yeah, and definitely in this big cat battle, it's been all Tennessee State. 6-1 in the 7 all-time meetings between these two schools. Lindenwood finally got them back last year and was in this building. They faced each other 3 times last year. Lindenwood won the game here in St. Charles 69-55. Tennessee State got them back in Nashville 84-76. And then the quarterfinal round of the last year's Ohio Valley Conference tournament, Tennessee State took down Lindenwood 69-55, excuse me. And, you know, I said in the open that this has been historically a track meet, but only one of these games in this 7-game series has both teams reached 70.
On the right wing, Travis Harper, guarded by Futrell, all the way back near midcourt. 11.5 to play in half number 1. It's been as advertised. It's been a fun one, and we're tied up once again on a nice hit from the mid-range by Dante Harris.
Dante Harris at his 4th school and now his 5th year of eligibility. Spent 2 years at Georgetown, then went to Virginia for a year, and then last year with Memphis before coming here to
Robert Lewis had it knocked away on the baseline. It'll stay at this end of the floor. Jackson inbound for the Lindenwood Lions. They try to get it down low to Makai Cooper, the point guard. He wisely dribbles it out. 6 to shoot. Lewis tied up momentarily. Cooper will heave it from way downtown on the right wing. Not a great look. Great defensive possession, though, for Tennessee State.
And I think that was one of the first times, Zach, we've seen the shot clock go all the way down. It feels like both these teams so far through the first 9 minutes have gone, shooting the ball in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock, or even 15. That was really one of the first great defensive possessions in terms of the shot clock really taking time off and getting a shot clock violation.
Yeah, guarded for the whole 30 seconds there. Dante Harris hands off to Damon Howard Jr., freshman guard. First time we've seen him. Dante, around the screen by Johns. Hesitation, and are they going to count that? They will.
Yeah. I think it was already off the backboard when Nededic hit it. And that's just one of the things, the quickness of a guard like Dante Harris. He's able to turn the corner quick. He's at 11 double-digit scoring games this season and just able to get it right before that big man. That's what you want to do. You want to go fast like he did right there and just get it quick off the hand, not allow the big man to come over and reject it.
Did a nice job of getting it to the glass quickly as well to earn the goaltend. Jadis just inside the left elbow. He was ripped. Into the front court they go. Harper lays it in.
Saw that the first 2 minutes of the game. Lindenwood had 3 turnovers, 2 steals from Tennessee State. They did a better job in the next 6 minutes.
Dontrez Williams steps into one. No good. And the rebound by Carlos Williams.
And it's been a struggle for Dontrez from the outside. He was 3 of 6 from distance against Morehead State on New Year's Day. But then since then, he's just been 4 of 19 from outside.
It's a 6-0 run. The last 2 minutes make it 9-0 on the 3-point hit by Dante Harris.
You can see Tennessee State, another big run for them. They started the game on a big run, and now the things that were working, getting to the rim, playing fast, and playing good defense on the other end.
Jackson on the drive. He was fouled on the floor before the pass to Nenadic. That was the first 3-pointer of the game for Tennessee State. Another look at the foul. That's certainly the bump. Nias Futrell off the inbound on the far side corner, looking for some space. Got his defender airborne and is able to float it home.
Him and Harper duking it out, guarding each other to the 2 sharpshooters, but that time Aeneas faked the step back and then just the step through. That kind of new evolution to the game. It's not a travel, it's just a step through. Kept that pivot and got Harper behind him for the open shot.
Snapped a 3-minute scoreless streak, but Travis Harper gets them both right back.
He's already up to 9, Zach, and that's just the mid-range game that both these shooters have. They can shoot from the outside, but they can also hit that mid-range and go to the rim. 3-level scores are these two.
Nenadic with some space, off the mark and off the front of the rim, and now Tennessee State can run. This is where they feel most at home. Lindenwood, a good job to get back in transition, and the foul called as Dontrez Williams was trying to get away.
And I'm not sure if Milos Nededic might have altered that layup, Zach, but I mean, it was a great job by the big man because Tennessee State had numbers. And then Dontrez, we get a look, see if that might be an intent. And I mean, wow. I think they'll look at it, and I definitely think, because I think the initial reach from Howard Jr., he misses Dontrez, and then he kind of, as he's still on the ground, reaches out again. I think they're going to see that right arm, Zach, and going to call an intentional foul. And that's just not a basketball play.
Yeah, you could see there, reached out and grabbed a handful of Dontrez Williams shorts there. But Tennessee State 29, Lindenwood 22. It's been a nice run for these Tigers, but they may get hit with more than just the common foul here as Dontrez Williams was off to the races. Just got the explanation from one of our officials. That is exactly what they are looking at here with 8.5 to go in the opening half.
Now you see that right arm, and then he does it again while he's still trying to get up. And
that's pretty clear.
And I think Howard would argue that he was trying to go for the ball, but Dontrez was already grabbing that rebound and going. And so, I mean, you could make that argument, but I just think from where it happened, the ball was in Dontrez's right hand. He's pretty much just grabbing at that left leg. Again, just not a basketball play, and I think we'll see this foul upgraded.
All 3 officials looking at the monitor. Our officials for this afternoon's contest is Chris Fuller, Ron Gangenbacher, and Dylan Brasher. And now having a discussion away from the monitor about it. We'll see what this call ends up being. Again, Tennessee State off to a great start offensively, shooting 72% from the floor. Harris with the game-high 13 points. Harper has added 9 on the side for Lindenwood. Jadis Jones leading the way with 8 points. And Lindenwood hasn't had a bad start offensively, 50% from the floor. They've just struggled to get some stops against Tennessee State, and you tell me, I think they're upgrading this, right?
Yeah, we just got word it will be a flagrant 1 foul. And I think that's definitely the right call. Flagrant 1 will be the call on Damon Howard Jr. And you can see he's on the ground. He reaches out with that right hand, doesn't get him the first time, and then does it again.
Totally gets the thigh board. So Futrell knocks down the first. That's big because Tennessee State was on an 11-2 run last 3+ minutes. So that may snap Lindenwood out of it. They get the 2 free throws, Aeneas makes both of those, and now they get the ball.
Well, you kind of start to start. It was a 7-0 run to open this game for Tennessee State, and then it was a Dontrez Williams 3 that got Lindenwood back in it. So I'm wondering now, you basically get a free possession. I mean, with those 2 free throws and then ball after this, you can capitalize. You can cut it to a 1-possession game.
Dontrez looking for some space. Clayton Jackson from just inside the charity stripe. The floater has been the way to be for Lindenwood here this afternoon.
Clayton Jackson, the sophomore guard, second year here in St. Charles, and he's trying to develop that outside shot. It hasn't come yet, but he's very good from inside that paint, the mid-range game of Clayton Jackson.
Khalil London drops it back to Jabrian Sparks. Kicked back out. London from just inside the 3-point line. No good. Offensive rebound. Harper showing off the hops.
Yeah, and Travis Harper, 11 offensive rebounds his last 6 games, including 4 on Thursday. So he's a guard that will get in down in the dirty and grab those O boards.
Jadis Jones, 2 more on another floater. Lindenwood able to find some space in the middle of that painted area by the conference logo. They have consistently been able to get there. Down low, Harper turned away, but is out of bounds on the baseline.
I mean, it was a great move from Harper because Futrell did not feel him on that back cut, but then great recovery from Aeneas Futrell to get way up there. Nenadic thought he was going to have it. It was a great head fake. He goes for the reverse, and Futrell out of nowhere with the block. I mean, we are just seeing fantastic athleticism on both ends of the floor for both sides, Zach.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. 7:20 to play, opening half. It's the OVC on ESPN+.
Start your year with Whoop. To train smarter, sleep deeper, recover faster, and understand your cycle phases. So you can add more years to your life and more life to your years. Shop Whoop.
Go for the big Honda savings with 6 Honda models under $35,000. Go for new Hondas from $239 a month or save thousands with 0.99% financing for 60 months. Go for the selection and inventory. Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs are on sale. Go for the most Car and Driver 10 Best Awards with 98 trophies. Honda from $239 a month or 0.99%. Search your local Honda dealer today.
This is Jess, Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. She needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses U.S. Bank Smartly checking and savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us.
You are our greatest weapon. You really think you can outrun what you are?
You took down a full assault team, alone.
You think I can't handle the truth? It's about who you really are.
I thought you were gone. Now gone.
Too early to be thinking about March. The 2026 OVC Basketball Championships presented by United Fidelity Bank return to the Ford Center in Evansville, Indiana from March 4th to the 7th. All session tickets are on sale now for just $60. Visit the Lindenwood ticket office or log on to ovcsports.com/Evansville to purchase your all-session tickets before the price increases on February 16th. Nearly a chance at a three-point play there for Aaron Nkrumah. He'll settle for a pair of free throws.
Nkrumah had 3 outstanding games last year against Lindenwood, all of them in double figures. His best game was when they were down in Nashville. He had 18 points and 5 rebounds. He was 6 of 10 from the floor and 4 of 7 from distance.
No good on the first free throw. And as a result, yet to get onto the score sheet in this one. Aaron is a key piece of their offense. Second leading scorer, averages more than 16 points per game, and he hits the second.
And he sees average dip just a little bit in OVC play, just a little under 16, but still very solid. The kind of 1-2 punch of him and Travis Harper.
Futrell from the top, unable to get that outside shot going. He's 0 for his first 3 from distance.
Tennessee State went to a little bit of a zone on that last possession.
Petrie rejected by Nenadic, and now it's 5-on-4 back the other way. Futrell down low. Milos is blocked. And now it's Spikes, 1-on-1. He can't get it to fall. Bodies crash. Foul called against Tennessee State.
Big men running the floor. Nenadic getting back, rejecting Petrie, but then I believe that was Carlos Williams on the other end that came flying over. They had a 5-on-4. Williams help side, comes over, rejects Nenadic, and then Makai Cooper getting down in there. Probably might be the smallest guy on the floor currently, but he got down in there to get the rebound and draw the foul.
Futrell for Milos, who's doubled. He's in trouble, and he lost it. Petrie took it away. Khalil London trying to throw it into the corner. It eventually made its way out to Nkrumah.
And Nias almost just palmed that one, and he draws the charge.
Offensive foul called on Nkrumah. It's his first.
We get a look. I think Nkrumah you're going to see. Yeah, and just kind of that little arm. If you caught it, was a little bit, that arm flared out a little bit. I always feel like if you keep that arm in, especially in a game where our officials have let these two teams play, but that arm just gets out a little bit into a chicken wing, that's what drew the foul.
Yeah, that extension will get you every time. Futrell from the top. This time he hits it.
And Nias has been a guy that's been hard for him to go 0 for from distance. He was 0 for his first 3, but he finally gets the first one to fall. And that'll hopefully get him going because he has been lava hot from the field these last couple games.
Mid-range jumper, in and out. Clayton Jackson with the rebound. And he was fouled from behind. The Tigers reaching in, trying to slow down these running Lions.
I think one of the big things that maybe goes underrated in the transition game, Zach, both teams have been able to center the basketball. You see Jackson, he's on the left side near the sideline, and he's trying to center that basketball to get the defense to condense, allow his shooters to spread out, and then he can quick kick for an open 3.
So Lindenwood in the bonus. Clayton Jackson shooting the front end of a 1-and-1, and he drops the first. 3 points in the game for Clayton.
Just under 80% from the line is Jackson. He's been a solid guard off the bench to relieve Makai Cooper at points, or in times like these where both him and Cooper on the floor, just gives Lindenwood plenty of great ball handling as he is 7th in the conference, just under 4 assists per game.
He's a sophomore, local product at a Cardinal Ritter High School. He guards Dante Harris on the ball right now as we approach 5 minutes to play. Nkrumah and Futrell. Nias gets in his face. Now it's Harper and Cooper who will get called for the hand check. Lindenwood with one more yet to give. Harper will inbound. He's got 11. to the leading scorer this afternoon, Dante Harris with 13.
Perfect 6 of 6 from the field as well. He is yet to miss.
Gets moving downhill. There's the first miss. Robert Lewis the rebound.
I'll apologize to him after the game.
Jackson gets it back. Gets a fresh dribble. Nearly had it poked away by Harris. 10 to shoot for Lindenwood. Lewis slipping underneath. He's doubled. And it's tied up. Stays at this end of the floor.
I think Nolan Smith, he was wanting to travel. He thought maybe Lewis shuffled those feet on the way down to the block. But, I mean, back up top, it was almost another steal for Tennessee State to get another look at it. He gets in, and, I mean, there's a case, maybe a small shuffle before he puts that left foot in the ground. But, I mean, if you're Clayton Jackson, you got to be focused. Even if you're just drawing up a play and getting your offense set, you got to remain focused because Tennessee State can just poke it away in an instant.
Yeah, Nolan Smith, what a job he's already done here in his first season coming over as an assistant at Memphis. He brought Dante Harris with him as that mid-range jumper is knocked down by Aaron Nkrumah. Tennessee State back in front. Down low for Lewis, whistles. It'll be free throws one way or another.
That's big. That's Nkrumah's second. So it'll be interesting if he'll sit maybe for the last 4 minutes. It is 4 minutes left, so he could stay in, but one of those things. He joins Lorick with 2 fouls.
And a senior guard. He's going to remain out there after Lewis hits the first of the free throws. Robert has struggled from the line, just 48% this year, but he didn't even hit the rim on either of those 2 attempts.
That was also something head coach Kyle Gerdeman talked about in his post-game Thursday, was his big men's ability to hit free throws, whether it's Robert Lewis or Milos Nedic, or if he comes off the bench, Kevin Anthony. Lindenwood big men, these last couple of games have been very good at shooting free throws.
Knocked down there. I think Travis Harper wanted a call.
He's made some tough shots in this first half, Zach.
Jackson trying to fight for his own miss. Had it ripped away by Kavian Johns. Aaron Nkrumah had it ripped away by Aeneas Vitrell. 5th Lions steal, but they give it right back.
Lindenwood bench was wanting to foul, I think, but again, these officials have been letting both teams play, and it's been fun up to this point.
Another media timeout on the floor. 1-point basketball game. Tennessee State and the Lindenwood Lions on ESPN+. Well, this Lindenwood Lions offense has had a multitude of options this season, but the X factor on this ball club has been Aeneas Futrell, Truman.
Yeah, in these last couple of games, he has been El Fuego from outside, but this season, those are in his losses. He's just shooting below 24%, and he made 5 in the loss at Little Rock, so if you take away those, it's down to 18%, but then in wins, it's well above at 48% from 3 in wins. He is 34 of 76 from distance, and it's been one of the big X factors, like you talked about, when Lindenwood has won versus when they've lost. They've struggled to find victories when he hasn't been getting going from the outside.
Loose ball in the air. They fight for it. Ends up in the lap of Aeneas Futrell. And he will take it all the way to the 10. Tennessee State was out of sorts in transition. And we talked about it a little bit earlier on in the broadcast, how if Makai Cooper could maybe be that guy. Dontrez Williams has proven he can hit from outside. If they could get another reliable option from beyond the arc, I don't think you would have that statistic being what it has been. But let's face it, Lindenwood really relies on his outside shot.
Well, again, coming into today in conference games, Lindenwood had made 53-point field goals as a team. Aeneas has made 27 of those. And again, if you have a very good shooter, you're going to keep feeding the basketball. But if you can have that second shooter that just takes a little bit of pressure off Aeneas. So we're getting a review for maybe who it was out on, and initial look, Zach, looks like Robert Lewis was the one that squirmed through the arm.
Yeah, it was challenged by Tennessee State, so we'll get official word here in a moment. Chris Fuller came over and let us know. Nolan Smith wanted him to take a look at it, so on that look, it certainly looked as though maybe it was Lewis to be the last to touch it. We'll take a look at it one more time. Yeah, I think certainly off of Lindenwood. Be surprised if this call does not get reversed. Tennessee State has shot 55% from the floor. They've attempted just 3 3-pointers in this game, 1 of 3. Lindenwood, for their part, shooting 52% from the floor, 3 of 9 from beyond the arc. They've made all 10 of their free throws. That's a difference in this game. Lindenwood's been able to pretty reliably get to the line.
Yeah, and I mean, Lindenwood came in overall in the season just 68% as a team. That is dipped to 66% in Ohio Valley play. So that is one of the big reasons why they're in this game. And I mean, for Tennessee State, they've done a very nice job of just getting to the rim. They've definitely hit some tough mid-range jumpers, Zach, but the way off the dribble, they've been able to create and just attack this Lindenwood defense and get to the rim and get those high percentage shots has been very impressive, and not relying so heavily on the outside shot.
It's sort of interesting, you know, a team that likes to push the tempo like Tennessee State, you would think they'd get to the line quite frequently, but they are just 8th in the conference in free throw attempts.
Well, because I think their speed is they're just so quick down the floor that it's hard to even get a contest some of the time. And I mean, sometimes, you know, that maybe fouls aren't called, but yeah, I mean, it's been impressive for both these teams. We're 37-36 with 2.5 left. Not a lot of defense being played, some, but I kind of expected this. Again, coming in, you've got your top 2 scoring teams in the conference. You've got the 2 best overall field goal percentage teams in the conference, and it's been fun to watch them go back and forth because Tennessee State has had several nice mini runs, but Lindenwood has always had the answers so far here in this first half.
Lindenwood has been led by Jadis Jones with his 10 points, and Aeneas Futrell has added 9. So as we suspected, the call overturned. Nolan Smith successful in the challenge. So Tennessee State will inbound from beneath the Lions hoop with 2:39 to play opening half. It has been an even ball game. Rebounds are close, turnovers are close. There have been 34 combined points in the paint. Just 11 fast break points in this game. I think it was a point of emphasis for both of these coaching staffs on Friday's prep day. Hey, you better get back in transition because they want to play like we want to play.
I think that's a great point to make because I think, you know, offensive strategy for both teams is like, hey, let's get up and down the floor. But then defense, it's like, let's stop them from getting up and down the floor. And so it's kind of been that push-pull we've seen. And, I mean, again, Tennessee State early, I felt like it did a good job of capitalizing to get those early leads and get those runs. But then I think it's been Lindenwood's success in transition when they've come back and decrease those 7-8 point leads that Tennessee State has had at one point in this first half.
Well, one of our officials, Chris Fuller, is still over at the monitor. Not entirely sure what the holdup is.
I would assume it is
shot clock?
Yeah, the shot clock reset when the initial official signaled Lindenwood basketball, so they were just trying to figure out how much time was left.
Yeah, so they put 14 up, and Harper is fouled with 11 ticks to go on the shot clock.
That's when we've seen Lindenwood have some success. It was Jadis Jones. He was trying just a quick swipe of the basketball and instead got more of Harper. Both teams, that's what's led to some of their breakout and transition, is just the ball handling and the off-ball defense to just poke it away and get going down the floor.
Screen set by Johns. Harris for Williams. Now Howard Jr. Had a size mismatch in the post, passed it up. Harris will step into it, and he drills it. His hot start continues.
He's well over his season average in points, now up to 16 points in this first half. He came in just averaging 11.5.
Cooper looking for some space as he probes the right side. Aeneas Futrell, long two on the way, no good. Lindenwood fought each other for the rebound, and Tennessee State back the other way. Harper knifing to the rim.
And it was another one he thought he got fouled. Aeneas reached his hands as trying to get that jump ball, but Harper just ripped it through, kept his momentum going, and a nice left-hand finish from Travis Harper.
Futrell drops for Jadis Jones. Now Aeneas again. Half the shot clock gone as we draw close to 90 seconds to play. Jadis Jones, that floater that he's had a lot of success with so far this afternoon. No good that time.
Been good defense from Tennessee State. They've been getting out on shooters, and then they've been condensing the paint and forcing Lindenwood to settle for those floaters. I'm sure if you're Lindenwood, you want to get to the rim, get to the backboard, but now you're having to kind of settle a little bit. They were falling early, not so much as of late.
Harris getting to the rack. Tennessee State wants a goaltend. I think they maybe have an argument. Robert Lewis slapped the backboard.
It was one of the, I was just about to say, I thought maybe Lewis double hand slap of the backboard rattled it just enough that on that second bounce, it bounced out a little bit.
Just on optics, I feel like normally you would get that call. Inside a minute to play. Jones from the OVC logo. Another floater, good. Jadis has 12. It's a one-shot basketball game again. All but 10 Tennessee State points have come from either Harris or Harper. Howard Jr. over the top of Cooper, and he gets it to go. Lindenwood can take their time.
And Aeneas, great recognition. He just waited to inbound, but, I mean, great shot, Damon Howard. Spun around, and again, the body control just to find his mark and hit the shot. Both these teams have made some high difficulty shots in this opening 20 minutes, Zach.
So timeout called. Lindenwood will discuss this here. It's back up to a 4-point lead for Tennessee State, but this has been every bit of what we promised in the open. It has been back and forth, it's been high octane, and it's been fun throughout the first 20 minutes of play.
You know, I think if you're Lindenwood, obviously halftime adjustments could be made, but in 4 of the 7 matchups in this history, they've been held to 60 points or under. I don't think they're getting below that mark this afternoon. And I mean, you go back the closest.
You said 80, right?
I said 80. That was the goal for both
right,
teams.
We're right on cue.
Pretty much halfway there, but I mean, for both these teams, the closest matchup in this history was actually their first meeting. It was a 60-57 win for Tennessee State. And then, funny enough, the largest margin to victory for either team was the second meeting. Tennessee State blew out Lindenwood 83-66. Ever since then, it's been a very competitive game. I mean, in all the games last year, both teams were in it at halftime. This game was by no means over at halftime, and we're seeing much of the same here in this first matchup here in 2025-26.
Here's a look at some of the women's basketball team that just wrapped up their game about an hour ago. Victorious over the Tigers of Tennessee State.
Looks like Tennessee State's going to do maybe a 2-3 zone to close out this half, trying to give Lindenwood a different look.
Yeah, they switched it up. Not what Lindenwood had prepared for, and they turn it over. Oh, but a kicked ball. That'll give Lindenwood the basketball back with 2.8 remaining.
And Tennessee State was hoping for that. Maybe that hit the thigh, but I do think that hit the shin. So it kind of bails out Lindenwood a little bit because I think they were just a little bit out of sorts. They were trying to attack. Just a little bit. Now you got 2.8.
Good call by Nolan Smith to switch it up. Futrell in front of the Tigers bench. Off the side of the backboard, no good. And we are through 20 minutes at Highland Arena. The Tigers of Tennessee State holding a 4-point lead over the Lions of Lindenwood. We now bring in the third member of our broadcast crew. Jacob Stonick is standing by with Lindenwood Lions associate head coach Anthony Bean. Jacob, take it away.
Thank you, Zach and Coach. You guys got off to a really hot start, almost a track meet between you guys to start off